Greetings, NPC Bodybuilder here. Welcome back to the most entertaining fitness content, where we're going to be trying a pre-workout on camera. Wow, I know you guys have never seen that before, or any of the other flavors of pre-workout that are over there, but Gorilla Mind dropped Cotton Candy Grape. So you guys, because the NPC Bodybuilder is gonna rise to the top, is going to be taste testing it live on camera with some Aquapana. So, cheating on 1907. So awesome. They're saying, I need to have more charisma. You know, what do you think of that? I need to go up and down the octaves more. And I need to be more flamboyant, obviously. Heaven forbid, you know, I don't like to fucking talk that much. I only listen, right? But that's a Sigma rule. I have to become, you know, the alpha here because only alphas get clout these days. All right, you ready for this flavor test?
Smell it from here. And, oh, that must be good.
Yeah, just sell it on camera, Austin. Wow, that's the best flavor ever. I think this is in the top 5. I mean, Mojo Mojito, Volcano, definitely above it. This is above Mango Peach and Tiger's Blood for sure. I don't know if you like Tiger's Blood. No, that fucking flavor sucks. But it's definitely not tart. So if you're thinking it's a tart grape, that cotton candy's in there to make it smooth to drink. Still think Mojo Mojito or, again, Volcano seems to be the smoothest flavor. I'm all about smoothness, getting it down the easiest. I don't know if I like the front end taste of the cotton candy, but remember with these pre-workouts, like, this isn't no bullshit like GNC type pre-workout, Austin. They're actually trying to mask like all those ingredients because they're actually at the efficacious dosages. All right, doing a little bit of muscle gels fire. This is a diuretic cream that also has a bit of stimulants in it. So normally on my cardio only days, especially when I was really watery, you know, I was using this a lot on my face and on my stomach to pull subcutaneous water while doing cardio. So you're just pulling more water while you're doing cardio. As far as like the fat loss stuff to market, not really gonna do that. It definitely 100% pulls water off me. It's a competitor to Sweet Sweat with more effective ingredients and higher dosages. But do remember that you are rubbing yohimbine into your body, and that is a stimulant which theoretically causes more calorie burn. I personally feel it, but it's not as potent as obviously taking yohimbine hydrochloride, right? So just keep that in mind. I do like this product. I do use this product for about 3-4 years. I do think that there's a big market for this, considering that Sweet Sweat is already available. This is like the upgraded version.
Just an LA Fitness employee asking about the education. The natural.
All natural education.
LA Fitness worker asking about his protein supplements. Nothing new.
All right, so a lot of beginner lifters, again, me included, right? The difference between like, this is like, you know, powerlifting, right? Explosive, fast movement. When you're training like a bodybuilder, it's all about the tempo and the constant tension. So I'm bringing this slow negative down here, thinking in my brain to my chest to hold blood. And then I'm fastly contracting and trying to shove more in there. So if you see a guy training with these weird tempos, that is what a lot of pros do that separate themselves from other people in the gym just trying to build a physique, right? Especially when you're enhanced. And I'm not even using that much weight. I could like do way more weight and throw everything else into it, but if I'm trying to isolate my chest, rolling my blades back, and then maintaining that tempo. So now I've reached a part in the set where this is where the blood volume kicks in, and if it's I'm a pussy or not, right? Because a lot of people will go on gear and not even get close to the failure of the muscle they can achieve when they're an enhanced athlete. And again, these are things that I have personally learned, right? Oh, I just said I started feeling fatigued. Now it's basically when the set counts, right? It's as much blood as I can put in this before I'm just failing completely.
Ice caps melting, bitch, I'm sipping glacial Guardian. Frozen shoulder raised by polar bears. I'm about to slaughter with the chosen blade. I throw them in the frozen lake. Woolly mammoth Logan covered in 100 broken chains. Snow leopard or young blake, we both the same. It just depends on who I'm dealing with. I beat the piss out of myself and not the rope the name. Bitch, it's snowing blades. I cut myself from soaking in the rain. River go to gray show.
The shit I can't figure out, is it that murder that's making my urges increasing much further? The stack on my body count. Don't sweat the beretta, that's cut your head out. I treasure the terror that I'm striking down. Satanic the posse, the 66659, looking like Colin body, finding my decline. The young scarecrow creeping round your block at nightfall. Just a psycho lover, psycho who will smite all. Bitches and body bags, the psychosis is taking over. Popping Mercedes and my diagnosis has made me colder.
I've been resting a lot more, taking a lot more rest days, and I've been doing the higher volume stuff. So my body is finally getting used to it. That being said, I feel like a weak bitch, Austin. So I am gonna do like just 2 strength sets just to make sure my strength is there. But I'm focusing on like FST stuff and FST7 style, which again, Austin could pull. I can't say again, I'm saying again so many. NPC bodybuilder, I'm saying again. Basically, Hanny Rambod made this training style for enhanced athletes only. So I mean, we're all natural here. Austin's all natural. I was getting asked by the employees up there about natural supplements.
BCAAs.
Yeah, just BCAAs and Turcosterone. He's on his 10 milligram a day of Turcosterone, wants to bump it up a little bit, worried about, you know, side effects. But Hanny Rambod made FST7 to, again, I did it.
You did it. Well.
Wow. As you can see, I may or may not have done pre-workout sativa before this. Hanny Rambod developed FST7 for bodybuilding. This is not going to yield a stronger physique. This is going to yield a more bubbly shaped physique because there's more sarcoplasm in it. I'm getting bored training like this. I train Micah Hearn style. I like power building. That way I do a little bit of both, but you're never good. Like, I'm never like, oh, I'm a committed powerlifter, or oh, I'm a committed bodybuilder. You're watching the transition to a committed bodybuilder. So that's a goal behind this. Don't expect to see heavy weights, but just know that I am going to train at a pace, and this is about rest time. This is about going way into failure and pumping as much blood volume as possible. This is not about your 5x5. This is not about getting denser, stronger. This is simply inflating the muscle, right? I do want to say this because this is like something that my younger self would say to me, is that like, dude, I was so obsessed.
I've had conversations with you about that too.
Yeah.
Before. Like it's preached so much by like the influential people and all these influencers, and then meanwhile, you're not supposed to lift like that at all. It just gets you nowhere.
It's powerlifting cons people into, and not cons people, but like it gets them really obsessed with hitting a PR. Where bodybuilding is not about hitting a PR. Hitting a PR is dangerous as fuck. And remember, what's the 1 sigma rule I had, Austin, where it's like, it was the one I said after leg day. Don't be a hero.
Yeah, don't be
a hero. Like, if you come in here like hitting a PR after PR after PR, like I've done it before. I used to be crazy and do all that powerlifting stuff. It takes one bad pull and then boom, 6 months behind. Bodybuilding is trying to keep that longevity there with the training style, obviously not the supplements. All right, guys, I'll get into it.
righteous, he'll be the mafia. 18 wheeler, no stopping us. Popular in your area, could they move? Take marvelous part in me, I mean part in us. Moving deep is a party, was blowing smoke in the residence. Nigga feeling quite excellent. Ain't no if I, but when I will take the glow in my second hand. Call me Slim Diddy, hustle man, token, doing the hustle. Then loafing, rarely this when I can. When I do, I'm relaxing with you. So leaders and half possessive for once as I'm plotting soup. Push. Gas, man, chopper spray your music, block a bullets, staring, you just let the shit loose. Give me the loot, please give me the paper, the job, I'd rather get it out and later time I'll be a boat. Skull, fucking alligator, niggas scares me to a fucking road. If I can't afford it, bitch, I'm making it my own. Fuck my hoe, I ain't got it on the road. Used to bring up the street, some shit get me down, me and Nicky Modo, solo, all these ho no, now they getting all these solos, so let me keep it so cold, bitch, I gotta go home, so cold. Money on my mind, make my head so foggy. But they can be the weed regardless. All these done making all these bitches out.
Standing on the track, get my niggas bringing home. I'm in the liquor store, get the next one, hit him for the dick. Standing on the track, get my niggas bringing home. Standing on the track, get my niggas bringing home. Standing on the track, get my niggas bringing home. Standing on the track, get my niggas.
Smoking chief and I'm that reaper, demon creeping right beneath you. Call me Caesar, finally the beat is heading with the cleaver. I got a fever and my sickness now is rising quick. Breaking the meter by the temperature is 666. Straight jacket shouted, trying to call me with a script of mids. All these voices I hear in my head.
How's the muscle gels working?
So I'm definitely sweating more. My stomach feels like warm to the touch.
Right.
But I can definitely feel a stimulant. I'm really sensitive to yohimbine. So like for me personally, I like Muscle Gels Fire better because it's less yohimbine, right? Yohimbine really fucks with my heart rate, and just that little bit of cream, like I feel the extra calorie burn for sure.
So it's more of like a burn that you're mainly feeling. It's like a temperature increase when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
say
yeah.
stimulant. Yeah.
Definitely feel like I'm sweating more. Like if you guys use the product Sweet Sweats, Austin, Sweet Sweat you just rub on your body and it like gives you a nice sweat before you start your workout, so you're like more warmed up. So like the whole time doing pump training on Fire, I'm more warmed up doing this blood volume training, right? Maybe not as useful for powerlifting stuff, but for cardio and this type of training. You guys didn't see me do anything spectacular. It's just the pace, the tempo, the heart contractions, and Fire's gonna step in there and increase my temperature so my pumps feel even more insane. Triple. Just like keep it rolling. It's gonna go like a relaxed part, dude.
When did you start training like that?
So I've always knew that like when I was younger I could do the strength stuff, but like
Yeah.
if I actually wanted to be a bodybuilder, you have to make this transition. And when I would get trained by pro coaches and trainers,
Yeah.
like dudes who only train pros, you're not doing heavy stuff. They're like literally trying to fatigue the fuck out of you. And it's not like you said, you're pushing with your mind, all my might.
Yeah.
Like my mind is still good to go. The body's trash. The pump is insane. And I had no carbs pre-workout. This is completely flat look. So I feel like you guys should be pretty impressed that this is a current flat look. 239 point something in the morning. It was like 239.
239 now.
So if I'm going to compete under 220, this is 240 before I blast shit. So we're ramping up right now. And this time, you can see I'm actually able to train normally. So I still stick by my guns for having to fuck all that shit up, pull out, come back in, but at least now, like at the end of the workout, I have a normal pump. My muscles look like they need to hold sarcoplasm. They have adapted to the training to where they know they have to be full. And that's what I wanted to do. Couldn't do that until I was strong again. So you have to build the strength base first, then you layer the size on. It's like the mass, Austin, like when you make a statue. Like right now I'm chiseling. I already built the mass,
Yeah.
so I'm chiseling down. A lot of people just want to chisel nothing, right? And that's the big thing is like spend that time bulking. Don't give that much of a fuck about how fat your face is or anything like that, especially if you're under 26, because like you're only 26 and under one time. You only get to build your player one character one time. It becomes really hard after 26 to put on size like you could when you're younger. So I like that I did this. I absolutely drove myself nuts bulking for this long, but it's like, okay, if I cut and got my card immediately, like some dudes do, they get their card super young, then they go through that weird mental phase of having to bulk so long, then come back to the pro stage. Versus I'm pretty much around the stage weight, it's just based on my insertions, but I'm at a competitive stage weight, so even if I do get the card, it's not like I have to completely redo my physique because I'm so close to the stage weight. I can just, again, linearly more main gain, grow, as Greg Doucette would say, into pro if I wanted to compete in pro, right? So don't skip the bulking. Everyone wants to get a bulk done in like 6 months. I mean, it can be done if the cycle's perfect and everything, but I won't be afraid to bulk, recomp a little bit, then bulk again, right? Be like, okay, if I go down, what's my actual stage weight? That's not enough. The people who are placing at nationals, what's their stage weight? Okay, so I have to be at least around that stage weight before I factor in muscle insertions, my weak points and everything. So if I'm not at that stage weight, size is the prize.